What is going on, everybody? I'm Melted Gore, bringing you my Blu-ray collection. I know there's a lot here. I'm going to try and go through it pretty quickly. I'm just going to pick out a few I want to talk about, or some of my favorites, or cool collectibles, or whatever. I know it's taken me a bit to make a video, but I've been working really hard on the game I'm developing. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Thanks. Alright guys, here we are. I'm going to start out over on this end. I kept the camera on the tripod just so you guys can see a little clearer. I'm going to start with this pile here, and I will explain why these are like this. I have another pile right next to it here. So my entire stacks, all my stacks I tried to keep close to alphabetical, but when I was pulling them off of my shelves, they kind of got mixed up a little bit. And this pile here and this pile here are like newer Blu-rays that I just had bought, or whatever, that I never got, that I ran out of space to put on the shelves or haven't watched. Just crazy behind. Like, I still need to watch Game of Thrones, Rome, Spartacus, Dexter. I've seen a lot of. I just started buying them on Blu-ray, so I'm not too worried about that. And then just some of the movies that I've already seen, I just kind of want to rewatch because I got the Blu-rays for. So I'm just going to get these two stacks out of the way. So there's Dexter Season 1 and then Game of Thrones 1 through 3, and of course you guys know Game of Thrones is awesome. They look pretty sweet. I really like the boxes to these 1, 2, and 3 there. I'm super behind. This is the 3 bonus disc, so that's kind of cool. Crazy behind on that show. I really need to catch up. I got Planet Earth because I've heard it's pretty cool, and then this is the Rome collector's book, which is really neat. It's like a book that folds out like this, and then dropped it, and then you open it like a book, and it has all the discs in it. It's really cool, and it even has like a bookmark so you can like pick up at the disc where you left off. This is a really cool collectible item. It's kind of hard to find, so I really like it. And then I have Spartacus, Gods of the Arena, and Blood and Sand, which I need to catch up on that too. I haven't seen too much of it. I'm going to get these out of the way over here. I have a Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which is limited to 100,000, and I have a pretty low number, so I kept it sealed. Not a huge fan of those movies, but I figured it was limited. Kind of cool. I have Anchorman collector set, which again is sealed just because. Fight Club Steelbook, which this is my favorite movie of all time, so I got a cool steelbook, kept it sealed. It's pretty nice. Then I have The Walking Dead Season 2 mask, or, well, statue helmet, which sucks because mine broke, but still looks cool sitting on my shelf. Alright, so let's start going through some of these stacks real quick. Actually, let me do it this way. Stand you guys up here, and we will do this. Alright, bear with me. Like I said, I'm using a tripod, so you can probably see most of these pretty good. So I'm just gonna read down the stack real quick and pull out a few, or just talk about a few that I really like. I'm trying to straighten these out a bit. So I've got Family Guy Blue Harvest, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, The Expendables, Epic, Employee of the Month, Elysium Steelbook, but that's why I put it in some plastic, Edge of Darkness, Easy A, Eastbound and Down, all 4 seasons, Eagle Eye, Due Date, Dude Where's My Car, Dread, Dodgeball, Django, Disturbia, The Fighter, Fight Club, Fantastic Four 1 and 2, Fanboys, and then the other two Family Guy movies. So real quick, not a lot in this stack that I really am going to jump to. Just a couple. Of course, Fight Club I already mentioned. It's my favorite movie. Disturbia is actually like one of the only Shia LaBeouf movies I really like. Django's amazing. And then Eastbound and Down, which is Danny McBride's show. That's actually really good. Hilarious show. Probably one of my favorite comedies. Elysium was pretty good. It was made by, I believe, the creators of District 9. Not a huge fan of Elysium in well, I really like Elysium, but not as much as I liked District 9. So let's slide this stack out. Should have straightened these up beforehand, so I apologize for that. Here we go. Okay, So I have the Green Lantern, that's 3D. Yeah, I didn't really point out the other 3Ds. I don't think I had. I think that's the first 3D. So Green Lantern, Green Hornet, Good Will Hunting, Gladiator Steelbook. That's what the Steelbook looks like. And then this is what the Elysium Steelbook looks like. My mom has a plastic sealer. I borrowed that from her because she runs a business and has that, so it's cool to be able to have access to a plastic sealer. I have Get Smart, Get 'Em to the Greek, Gamer 3D, Friends with Benefits, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, 5-Year Engagement, The Heat, Hancock, Hall Pass, Guilt Trip, The Grey, The Hunger Games, Hun Season 1, 2, and 3, well, 3, 2, 1, House at the End of the Street, Hot Tub Time Machine, Hot Rod, Horrible Bosses, Here Comes the Boom, Her, and Hell on Wheels Season 1 and 2. The only ones I'm going to pull, like, really go over here is Hell on Wheels is a kick-ass show, and Her. I really loved Her. Amazing movie if you really know a lot about technology. I know a lot of people don't really get it the way I do, but I think it's a really good movie. And then Horrible Bosses, fantastic comedy. I've yet to see the second one. And there's a couple other ones that are good in here. Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Get 'Em to the Greek, things like that. This is another random stack of movies I recently bought that I need to either rewatch or I haven't seen, whatever. So Cars, the only reason I have some of these Disney movies in this stack is because I recently did the Disney Movie Club. So that's like where WALL-E, Monsters Inc. and these two Cars came from. So that's why I got those, and then the other ones I just haven't seen yet. So Cars, Captain America 3D, which is really neat because they made a bunch of covers. I really like this one. The Exorcism of Emily Rose. My brother has been harping on me to see this movie. This is the reason he doesn't watch them anymore. So I'm excited to see that, see how scary he claims it to be. 12 Years a Slave, The Bourne Legacy, and then Cars 2, which was Disney Movie Club. Hellboy 1 and 2, which I've never seen. Heard they weren't that good. Found them really cheap. Figured I'd just buy them to add to the collection. Again, this was the same deal. Jackie Brown got it at GameStop super cheap when they were getting rid of Blu-rays. Monster Inc., The Perfect Storm, which is my friend's favorite movie, so I figured I'd check that out. Red Lights I've never seen, but was really cheap. And then Resident Evil Afterlife Steelbook. These were Walmart exclusive. Really hard to find now. I'm glad I have some of the others. And WALL-E. Which actually I really like WALL-E. I'm a big fan of WALL-E. Don't judge me. So let's move on. Oh, if you can see way back there in the corner, that's actually a... that volleyball is from Castaway. It's a Wilson ball. It's got his face painted on it and everything. Alright, so here we go. Another stack. Got Finding Nemo in 3D, which I love this movie. It's one of my favorite Pixar films. I Am Legend, I Am Number 4, I Love You, Beth Cooper, I Now Pronounce You, Chuck and Larry, I, Robot, Identity Thief, Immortals 3D, Inception, In Time, The Incredibles, The Incredible Hulk, Inglourious Basterds, Iron Man, Last House on the Left, Larry Crown, Knowing, Knocked Up, Killers, Kick-Ass, Jurassic Park Trilogy, Jumper, Jack Reacher, The Italian Job, The Island, Iron Man 2 and 3. There's a lot in this stack that I like. Immortals was pretty good. I really liked Inception. That's a crazy good movie. In Time's an amazing movie. There's some Marvel movies here. Not the best Marvel movies, but I love Marvel. Knocked Up's pretty good. I love Kick-Ass. Number 2 was really good. Jack Reacher's a great movie. The Italian Job's a really good old Mark Wahlberg movie. And The Island is a really good movie as well. And of course, the Marvel movies. I'm not a big fan of some of these movies, some of the Marvel movies, but I love Marvel. Alright. Get rid of this small stack. Got Archer Season 1. Not a bad show. It's kind of funny if you know a lot about Bond or things like that. It's not the best, though. Alien Anthology. Has all the Alien movies. This is kind of a cool collector's book. I'm not a big fan. This is like the Rome one I showed you earlier. Not a big Alien fan at all, actually. But it is a cool box. Adventureland, Act of Valor, Across the Universe, 300 Steelbook, which is pretty cool. 127 Hours is a really good movie with James Franco. 50-50 is an amazing movie. Really funny. The end's really sad. Great movie. 40-Year-Old Virgin, 30 Minutes or Less, 30 Days of Night, 22 Jump Street, and 21 Jump Street. Those are fantastic. 9's actually really good. And 8 Mile, which isn't terrible if you're a fan of Eminem, which he's alright, I guess. Alright. This is scary. We're not even halfway through. I'm going to try grouping these together better. So, Paranormal Activities, 1 through 4. Do not have the marked ones yet. Pineapple Express, Paul, Overboard, Other Guys, Now You See Me, No Country for Old Men, Nightmare on Elm Street, Nightmare Before Christmas, Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, Never Back Down, Napoleon Dynamite, My Bloody Valentine 3D, Movie 43, Megamind, Meet the Spartans, Max Payne, Marley and Me, The Lorax, Looper, The Lincoln Lawyer, Limitless, Legion, Law-Abiding Citizen. So real quick, flip these back over so I can see some of the really good ones in this stack. Actually, I was a really big fan of Now You See Me. I thought that movie was really well done. Really liked the actors in it. Law-Abiding Citizen's amazing. Limitless is really good. The Lincoln Lawyer is really good. Looper I really liked. Movie 43. A lot of bad movies in this deck. Never Back Down's really good. Well, I shouldn't say a lot are bad, but there's some here that it's kind of like, why do I own them? Like Lorax and Max Payne and Meet the Spartans. I don't really know why I own those because they're really not that good. But anyway, moving on. I'll go to this shorter stack. So I have Anchorman 2, and then this is the Rich Mahogany Edition, which is the same as this. So if you can see that, it's the same as this. I bought it separate so I didn't have to open this collector box. The American, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, The Amazing Spider-Man Steelbook, which I really like. This Steelbook is awesome. And then The Big Bang Theory Complete Collection. I've got 6 and 7 here, and then 1 through 5 in this box that I had to import from the UK, which I got a crazy good deal on. So in this, The Big Bang Theory is my favorite sitcom. Fantastic show. And then The Amazing Spider-Man. I really like these Spider-Man movies in comparison to the Tobey Maguire one. A lot of people disagree with me, but I think they're a little cooler. And then, of course, Anchorman's funny, but really, you know, kind of dumb. The American wasn't bad. Okay, so in this deck we have Pirate Radio, The Purge, Punisher, Punisher Warzone, Puncture, Prometheus, Prom Night, Project X, The Princess Bride, Pride and Glory, Premium Rush, all the Pirates movies, Rambo, the Rambo collection, which is 1, 2, and 3, and then this was the 4th one, and then Quantum of Solace, Puss in Boots, Push, and The Pursuit of Happiness. I was going to show you guys each one. I guess I can while I'm talking. The Purge was okay. I heard the second one was better. Puncture was a great movie, I thought. Prometheus, if you like Alien, of course. Project X. Princess Bride is really good. Pride and Glory, if I remember right, this wasn't that bad. Premium Rush wasn't that great, I think. The Pirates movie, this one's 3D. The others are just the regular. Here's the Rambo in the Rambo box. Quantum of Solace, Puss in Boots. Push, I actually really like. No, not this movie. This movie was okay. I'm thinking of another one. Pursuit of Happiness is amazing. Okay, here we have Blood Diamond, The Blind Side, Blade Runner, Blade. Where's the third Blade? There it is. Blade 2. So 1, 2, and 3 for the Blades. Big Fish, Behind Enemy Lines, Battle LA, Batman Begins, Bad Teacher, Marvel's The Avengers, Avatar, and the Austin Powers Collection. So Austin Powers are dumb funny. They're pretty good, I guess. Avatar, I liked Avatar. I just thought it was really overrated. Like, it was a good movie, but people really blew that up to be a bigger thing. The Avengers Steelbook, I really like the Avengers. The Steelbook's awesome. Like that. Bad Teacher was okay. Batman movies are always good, I guess. Battle LA sucked. This was pretty good. Big Fish is an amazing movie with Ian McGregor. Really good movie. Not a lot of people know about it. I think it's amazing. And then I don't really have to talk about how shitty these are. Blade Runner. The Blind Side's good, and so is Blood Diamond. Those are amazing movies. Get this stack out of the way because there's not a lot. The Breakfast Club, which is a great movie. Braveheart, which is a nice steelbook. Brave, and the Bourne collection, which I believe I imported from the UK. These have really cool covers, though. Not bad movies. And then Boardwalk Empire 1, 2, and 3. My problem with Boardwalk Empire is a good show. I just feel like there's not enough going on. I feel like every season it starts out cool, and then nothing happens throughout the middle, and then, I don't know, and then at the end someone dies and it's like the same thing. Just not a lot happens. Not enough happens to keep me interested. I'll finish off the show, like the next season and stuff, but it's nothing really special. Children of Men, amazing movie. The Change Up, Castaway is an amazing movie. Casino Royale, Captain America 3D, I really like this movie. Can't Hardly Wait, it's a pretty good comedy. Old 90s movie, I believe. The Campaign. Butterfly Effect. I have to talk about this for a sec. Not a lot of people like this movie. If you watch the director's cut, it's way better. I know that sounds really stupid and fanboyish, but seriously, it is so different than the theatrical. Spoiler alert, real quick. So skip ahead a minute or two if you don't want to know. In the end of the theatrical, they end it where the guy just walks into the girl and they meet again, and that's basically where it ends. But in the director's cut, when he's in the hospital at the end watching those tapes, writing stuff down in his notepad, he goes back to when he was a baby in his mother's womb and strangles himself with the umbilical cord and basically kills himself so none of this happens. I love that movie. It's fantastic. It's in my top 10, actually. If you really watch it a few times, get everything that's going on, it's amazing. Buried, really good, cheap movie. Actually, I thought this was a really good movie. Brothers is pretty good. Bridesmaids. Breaking Bad, my favorite drama show. Incredible, incredible show. Very good. 1 through 5. 6, sorry. 1 through 6. Very excited for Better Call Saul, which is the spin-off. And here's the next stack. District 9, The Dilemma. Die Hard Legacy Collection, which is really neat. I'll pop that open real quick if I can. There we go. It's top load. And this comes out. There's like 2 sleeves. And then there's 2 separate cases. The Die Hard movies are really good. I actually didn't see them until last year, which I know sounds crazy. Oh, that's fallen through. Is that broken? What's going on? Oh, it fell through here. That sucks. I'll fix that later. So yeah, they look pretty sweet. It's kind of hard to find this set lately anyway. So I had one before, and it was, I don't know if you guys know, but there was a grayish blue case that came out for the Die Hard movies, but it didn't include A Good Day to Die Hard, so I ended up getting rid of that to get this one, because it had all of them. Death Race 1, 2, and 3, I kind of liked the first one, and, you know, the other 2 were okay. They're not that good. Dead Man Running, I don't really remember how great that was. Dawn of the Dead's pretty good. The Darkest Hour, if I remember right, is crap. It's the 3D. The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. Fun fact, I was actually in this movie. I'm an extra in the stadium where nobody can see me, of course, but it was really cool to be there and watch it being shot. That was fun. So I kind of like it for that reason, just because it's kind of fun to be like, oh yeah, I remember that. But it was cool. Daredevil, I don't really need to talk about because everybody knows this movie is crap. Good job, Ben Affleck. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button is incredible. The Croods, Crash. I have to talk about this for a sec. So they made this movie, which is phenomenal. Watch this movie. And then they made a show based off of it. This guy here is the main character, this old man. They made 2 seasons. Only first season got released on Blu-ray. I've yet to see the second season. That old man there on the cover, he died in real life, so they canceled the show, which is too bad. I really liked the show and where it was going. I need to see the second season. I believe there was only 2 or 3, but they only released the first season on Blu-ray. Cowboys and Aliens, Couples Retreat, Contraband's pretty good. Coming to America, Clash of the Titans. Not a big fan of these. I have the old one and the remake. City Island and Chronicle. I really like this movie. I think it's pretty good. I believe they're making a second one. Almost done. 5 more stacks. We got Ratatouille, Robin Hood, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, pretty great movie. And then there's more of these Resident Evil Steelbooks. And then Red's really good. I need to see Red too. Real Steel is pretty good. Scary movies are pretty good. I have 1 through 3. Third one's probably my favorite. Scarface Steelbook, which is really cool. And then I have all of these Saw movies, I believe. Yeah, I have all the way up to the final chapter. And from what I've heard, they're making another, which is really strange. But yeah, that's all 7. From what I read, they're making another, which I don't get how they're going to do that if they called that one the final chapter. But whatever. Role models. The Rocky collection, which was really neat. It's nothing special. Unfortunately, it would have been cool if they did some, like a really cool digibook or, I don't know, it would have been cooler. But yeah, these are great movies. Sherlock Holmes 1 and 2. Number 1 is the Steelbook, which is neat. These are really good. Sorry about that. Reaching far now. Shrek, the whole story. This includes 1, 2, 3, and 4. Really liked those as a kid. They're pretty good now still. Sex Drive. Really good comedy, I think. 7 Psychopaths. Not as good as I thought it was going to be. 7 Pounds is a really great movie. Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. I was very shocked by this movie. The ending I thought was really sad. The rest of the movie was okay. Scream 1 and 2. I have yet to see any of the others. I need to at some point because I do kind of like these movies. They're not bad. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I like this movie. I thought it was pretty good. Solitary Man. I didn't think was as good as the trailer made it seem. The Social Network. I really like this movie even though a lot of it's not really accurate to what happens. But I really like this movie. It's really motivational, especially when you're trying to create something and you're losing that spark to keep going. I really like watching that. The Slammin' Salmon. Skyfall's pretty great. The Sitters, funny. Sin City, I really like this movie. Not sure about the second one, I haven't seen it yet. But I thought Sin City was pretty good. Stranger Than Fiction, I really like. There's a lot more to it than just a comedy. Oops. Still Waiting. Step Up 3D. The reason I bought this is because I was at FYE. And it was a brand new 3D movie, and it was like $4. I have no idea why. I don't know. I had to ask him. I was like, "Is this a mistake?" He's like, "No, we're just clearing out." I'm like, "All right." So I just got it because it's a $4 3D movie. Star Trek and Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 in the cool matching cases, which aren't terrible movies. They're just not as good as they probably could have been. Alright. Spaceballs. Source Code. And all of the Sons of... Well, not all of them. I've got Season 1 through 5 of Sons of Anarchy. I really want to get the others because this show is amazing. I love this show. Besides Breaking Bad, this would probably be my favorite show. Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 3D. Well, it's just called Texas Chainsaw. All 4 Terminator movies, which... The first 2 were the only good ones in my opinion. Actually, I really like the first 2. Terminator Salvation. Or no, Terminator The Sarah Connor Chronicles, sorry. I really like this show, actually. I'm kind of sad they only made a few seasons. But I liked it. It's really cool to see the other pieces to the story. Ted. Takers, pretty good movie. Taken 1 and 2, good movies. I'm surprised they're going to make a third one, because where can they go with it? The second was already a copy of the first. Take Me Home Tonight, love this movie, it's really good. Superbad's really good. Super 8, I remember seeing this in theater and loving it, and then I got it on Blu-ray and watched it again, and I didn't love it as much. I'm not sure why. The Strangers, pretty good. Thor 3D, Thor's pretty good. I like the new Thor as well. That was a good movie. Pretty good movie. Sorry about that. I had to slide them over. So, of course, I have Star Wars, all 6 movies. Pretty excited for The Force Awakens. I know a lot of fanboys are pissed about the name, but I'm not too worried about it. They can name it whatever they want. If people don't like it, then don't watch it. Alright, here we go. This Means War. This Is the End. This Is 40. Wow, that was a lot of this. That's My Boy. The Tourist. Tower Heist. Toy Story 1, 2, and 3. Tron 1, which is really good. Tron 2, which is really not good. Unknown. Up. V for Vendetta. Waiting. Vantage Point. The Walking Dead 1 and 2. Seasons 1 and 2. These are the collectible digibooks. This one came with that face I showed you earlier. It came inside it. And then this one, for Season 1, they just did this special case, which I really like, because like on this half, it's the characters in comic form. And then on this half, it's them in human form, which is really neat. Really not a bad show at all. I kind of feel like they repeat themselves a lot. Kind of in like the way they go about each season, it kind of seems like, oh, they're surviving the whole season, then at the end of each one they find a new place to live, and it's basically the same thing, but it is a good show. Wall Street Money Never Sleeps. Good if you know a lot about finance and stock markets and business. Wanderlust. The Warrior. Really good movie. Keep those there. And the last stack. Here we go. Warm Bodies. Wanted. The Watch. Watchmen, which is a steelbook, which is pretty neat. We Are Marshall, which is pretty good. We Bought a Zoo. Wedding Crashers. What Happens in Vegas. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, so I don't have to open the box. Without a Paddle. The Wizard of Oz in 3D. World War Z. Wrath of the Titans steelbook. Wreck-It Ralph. X-Men. X-Men First Class. X-Men The Last Stand. X-Men 2 United. And X-Men Origins Wolverine. Youth in Revolt. Year 1. And Zombieland. So I believe that wraps up just about everything. I hope you guys enjoyed my big collection. Oh yeah, I forgot the most important thing. Some 3D glasses. Gotta have those if you want to have some fun with the movies, but just to give you another overview of all of them. That's all of those on the floor there. And then some things I have that are cool. Got a giant get out of jail free card. I've got a really cool piece of art of Fight Club, if you can see without the reflection. Really, really neat, I think. And then it says down there, the first rule. This was done by Justin Reed, so definitely check him out. And then I have this cool Iron Man War Machine thing, which is limited to 45. So that's pretty neat. And then what I'll show you is my setup. So, oops, sorry about that. So I've got a tall speaker. It's going to look messy. So I've got a poster there. So I swap out my movie poster. And then I've got one tall speaker, my Xbox One with my controller charger. I've got Skylanders in there's also my capture card. I got my Skylanders there. One of my tablets with the laptop dock. There's my Kinect and my TV, my 55-inch LG LED 3D TV. Got my DirecTV stuff, which is always good. I got another tall speaker, and there's a subwoofer here with another Xbox One, and then I've got my another speaker here, and then that's a Monster Box Power, kind of like a power brick. Any of you that know about Monster, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, so my 3D Blu-ray player, that's LG, and then I have the Sony 4K pass-through 5.2 145 watt times 5 surround sound. I forgot what they call them, but you know what I'm talking about. That's where everything gets plugged into. I should know the name of it. Top drawer, bunch of crap. I got a headset, a Wii U controller case. I got a bunch of Peggle 2 coats here that I use for giveaways. I've got charging box, a bunch of extra wires, a box for my charging for the Xbox One stuff, and my Xbox One games, a bunch of promotional stuff. I have like an Xbox lanyard, and then I've got some pins, some more lanyards that are Xbox, and then limited 12-month gold thing, Destiny wristband, just a whole bunch of Xbox One stuff. Yeah, so that's always good. But so yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed my setup and my Blu-ray thing. Just to give you a quick show of what I use. I use this shelving unit. These shelves are upside down right now because I have so many movies on them that they start to warp. So if I flip them the other way, they kind of unwarp. You can get the shelf. It's like the cherry wood something. It's on Amazon. I think they're like 40 bucks a piece. I have another one upstairs for my video game collection, like my old games and stuff like that. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed my setup. Sorry it took a little bit. I wanted to show you all my Blu-rays and then some of my setup for those movies. And then while I was there, I kind of just showed you where I keep my Xbox stuff, where I keep my movies, and how that all goes down. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like this if you liked it. Please comment if you got a comment. And please subscribe for more. I will talk to you guys later.